Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money. Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are now facing a lawsuit for orchestrating one of the biggest scams in recent boxing history. Fans waited 6 months for what was promised as a legendary fight, only to be handed a scripted disaster. While you may have your reasons, what was the point of all the hype if you weren't going to deliver? You didn't just waste time, money, and energy. You manipulated the emotions of millions of boxing fans. This was more than a letdown. It was a betrayal to the sport and its supporters.
The Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Like
I-
scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
odd.
No, he fights two no names, beats him.
How do you plan to fix this disaster? The damage is done. No one will believe in a real fight again. It's not just your reputations at stake. You've dragged boxing as a whole down with you. Congratulations, you've reached a new low. The sport may never recover from this.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X.
Fans shelled out millions for this disaster. Pay-per-views sold out, tickets gone, anticipation through the roof. But what did we get? A fight so fake that even WWE fans thought, we've seen better. Jake strutted away with a $4 million payday. Tyson pocketed $20 million, and the audience was left with nothing but disappointment. Just when it couldn't get worse, a leaked script surfaced, revealing round-by-round predictions. Nailed it. Surprise, surprise. Furious fans are now suing, calling this exactly what it was: false advertising at its finest. This wasn't a fight, it was a scripted money grab.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson.
Round 1 starts, and we're thinking, maybe this won't be a disaster. Tyson comes in with his classic bob and weave, while Paul prances around like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Tyson lands a couple of jabs. Paul throws a quick combo. But wait, is this real? Tyson's timing was so off it felt like he was boxing in slow motion, and Paul, he looked like he was just trying not to trip over his own ego. It was clear this fight was anything but real.
To go down. So round 1 was supposed to go like this. The opening bell rings and Tyson, showing flashes of his old form, immediately stalks forward with his signature bob and weave style. Paul maintains distance, circling the ring cautiously. Tyson lands a few jabs, but Paul's youth shows in his superior ability.
Round 2 starts, and Tyson lands a solid left hook. The crowd cheers for 5 seconds, then reality sets in. Tyson's energy is already drained, while Paul, with the energy of a sugar-high kid, bounces around like it's a schoolyard fight.
Prime. Round 2. Tyson comes alive, cutting off the ring more effectively. He lands a thunderous left hook to Paul's body that draws a collective gasp from the crowd. Paul weathers the storm using his reach advantage.
By round 3, Paul's ego soared. He lands a solid right cross that briefly stuns Tyson. Tyson attempts to retaliate, but his signature moves have become sluggish flails. Meanwhile, Paul struts around as if he's just killed Muhammad Ali's ghost. It's embarrassing for Tyson, Paul, and the sport of boxing.
3. Paul gains confidence, starting to plant his feet more. He lands a sharp right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. The former champion responds with a vintage combination, but Paul slips most of it.
The grand final promised a scripted knockout punch in round 5. But did we get it? Of course not. Instead, we endured a drawn-out decision win for Jake Paul. The audience, both in the arena and at home, likely felt they'd wasted not only their money, but their precious time. Fans didn't tune in for amateur hour. They came for a battle of legends. What they got, however, was more like a bad high school drama production, but with boxing gloves.
Flush on the chin. Tyson's leg buckle and he drops to the canvas. Then he's out for the count, but Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10 count. Winner Jake Paul by KO.
But wait, let's address the real elephant in the room: Mike Tyson's health. Just months before this circus act, Tyson was literally fighting for his life. He underwent 8 blood transfusions after losing half his blood due to complications from an ulcer. And somehow, someone decided, yeah, this guy's ready to fight. Texas, you deserve a round of applause for setting the bar so low it's underground. Their medical clearance process is a joke. Tyson, who had lost 25 pounds and was still recovering from a near-death experience, was thrown into the ring with a man half his age, and we're supposed to believe this wasn't a cash grab. Tyson didn't even try to hide it. He admitted he did it for the money. The man who once ruled boxing reduced to participating in a scripted circus just to cover his bills. It's tragic. Tyson walked away with $20 million, sure, but at what cost? His legacy, his dignity. Watching a legend stoop this low is honestly heartbreaking.
And one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like...
And Jake Paul, oh, where do we even begin? This guy keeps selling himself as the savior of boxing. He's the guy who turned the sport into a clown show complete with scripts and fake rivalries. Tyson, a man who deserved so much better, became just another pawn in Jake's ego-driven game.
No. He hit you with one. You gave him the tongue. Only because the crowd, got turned up.
But let's not give Tyson a free pass here either. This fight wasn't about skill or legacy. It was about cold, hard cash. Jake Paul didn't just fight Tyson, he used him. Tyson became the bait. The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another payday disguised as a boxing match. It wasn't a competition. It was a money grab dressed up as a historic event. Fans shelled out their hard-earned cash for tickets and pay-per-view, thinking they'd witness an epic clash. Instead, they got what felt like a YouTube parody of a real fight. The only thing missing was Jake vlogging mid-round about how he's revolutionizing boxing.
It seemed like he was just going through the motions, and now we might know why. After the fight happened, everyone all over the sport started debating whether it was all just a cash grab. But can we really?
Then Jake had the audacity to say, "I didn't want to hurt Mike. Please, let's not pretend this was some noble act of restraint." Jake Paul isn't a hero sparing a legend. He's a businessman milking Tyson's legacy for profit. And Tyson, let's be honest, he knew exactly what this was. He literally said he took the fight to pay his bills.
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my parents. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Yeah.
Imagine being the heavyweight champion of the world, a boxing icon, and ending up as a supporting actor in Jake Paul's reality show. It's tragic. The backlash was deserved and brutal. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas tore the fight apart. Holyfield pointed out Tyson's disastrous balance and movement, while Douglas didn't hold back, calling it a cash grab that spit in the face of boxing's integrity. They're right. Tyson, once a force of nature, was reduced to a sluggish shadow of his former self. Meanwhile, Jake strutted around like he'd just redefined the sport.
Your friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
For fans, the whole event was an insult. Pay-per-view outages and Netflix streaming failures only made things worse. You paid top dollar for a fight they promised would be thrilling, only to stare at buffering screens or endure a painfully lackluster performance. It was like ordering a luxury meal and getting stale fast food. And if the fight itself wasn't bad enough, the leaked script made it even worse.
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
Fans didn't just feel cheated, they felt played. The match unfolded exactly as scripted, fueling suspicions it was all choreographed. Honestly, how could anyone believe otherwise? This wasn't a fight. It was WWE without the pyrotechnics. Social media exploded with memes roasting both Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, flooding every platform. Fans dubbed the fight boxing's biggest joke, calling out both fighters for staging what many saw as a glorified exhibition. And then came the lawsuits. Bettors who'd wagered money on what they thought was a real competition were livid. Who could blame them? Millions were bet on this circus, and the outcome felt as predictable as a soap opera final.
But my kids, to my children, I'm nobody. But that night they're gonna find out their father's very special.
Let's zoom out for a second. This fight wasn't just a disappointment. It was a glaring example of everything wrong with modern boxing. Fans and critics agree. Jake Paul's fights are more about theatrics than talent. He's not a boxer, he's a brand. Watching Tyson struggle in the ring was heartbreaking. The man who once dominated boxing now looked like he was just trying to make it to the next round. It wasn't inspiring, it was sad.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days.
Here's the harsh truth. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson took $60 million from fans and left them with nothing but regret. Tyson's legacy took a hit, while Jake Paul cemented his reputation as the king of hype over substance. It was a betrayal. Fans don't ask for much. They want real competition, not a scripted spectacle. If this is the future of boxing, we might as well bring in theme music and choreographed dance routines. It's clear they're not even trying to hide it anymore.
I think I can handle this situation.
You gonna knock him out?
I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
At the end of the day, it was a scam, a slap in the face to every fan who believed in it, a mockery of a sport that once meant something. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson didn't just fail to deliver, they actively destroyed any shred of respect people still had for this kind of spectacle. So, to the fans suing over this mess, good luck. You deserve every penny back, and then some. To Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, congratulations. You've officially turned boxing into a parody. I hope the payday was worth it.